Alright, we're back. First of all, let's go ahead and go to deductions. Alright, Dunn was trapped in the Colonial Collection room. He forced the door and died in the water lily greenhouse. He inhaled a virulent vegetal poison that was intended to kill him. Let's put those together, I figured. What? Oh, okay. Never mind. After being trapped in the Colonial Collection room by the killer, Montague Dunn was affected by inhaling a virulent vegetal poison. Cool. Alright, so we've come to our first conclusion that doesn't just lead to a task. Let's go talk to Hamish again, see if he can unlock these doors for us. Damn.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the Colonial Collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
I smell bullshit.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic.
Yeah, he was a prick.
So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that. If you take into consideration
Wow.
his kind of lifestyle.
Oh. I was thinking, okay, never mind, of course, he wouldn't insinuate that he was murdered. I was about to say, it was like, is this guy saying that he deserved to be killed? Alright, that's not what he meant, though. Alright, Dunn's lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And...
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Well then, Hamish just gave us the motive for murder on both his own part and for, Albert. So, thanks for that, Hamish.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory.
No, I don't care.
If only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game?
Because he has
I can only
money?
scratch my head and wonder.
He's money. Clearly he has money. That's the reason. Come on.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Give me your keys, bitch.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Fuck you, man. Give me the goddamn keys. I want the keys, motherfucker. Hold on a sec. Weekly inspection. Every Tuesday morning, Montague Dunn would carry out a rapid inspection of Kew Gardens. His employees, Mr. Hamish in particular, did not look forward to his routine. The reconstruction of Montague Dunn. Okay, I already know about that. Alright, fuck all that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get any better luck with Albert. Hey, asshole, give me your keys.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Alright.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens.
Oh!
My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
I don't know about that.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
This isn't fucking Game of
suppose
Thrones.
so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Nah. No, I don't.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again
I'm
soon.
getting in that fucking room. Whether you like it or not, bitch. Alright, so I have the keys for Kew's Garden. What's this? Fragment from from a statue marble fragment picked up from the floor of the Colonial Collection room. Judging by its form and refinement, it is probably a part of a statue or sculpture. Jesus Christ, I have a lot of tasks. Okay, so meet Miss Margaret White at the seed house. Alright, fuck it. So this little building here is the staff building, I believe. So let's open this. How do you like that, Hamish? Hey. Hey. I have the keys now. Fuck you. Open the door. God damn it. Okay. Ooh, safe. I'll open that in a second. What's this?
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
I guess that's Martin's father. Clearly, Montague is an older gentleman. Ooh, a sculpture. Get out of my fucking way, Watson, you cunt! Get out of my way. Just fucking... Fine, whatever. Open the safe. Fuck. Okay, those have different sounds. Alright. Maybe okay. Alright, so there's an order to this. Alright, 1, 2, Maybe I need... Okay, I'm gonna do 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. Let's go over to this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm getting the pattern. 1... What? Fuck. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Maybe I need to do 5 in that case. Alright, fuck it. Whatever. It just decides to skip a number. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I got the safe open. That's what matters. I figured that one out pretty quick, actually. I'm happy with myself on that one. Alright, we got a lot of letters here. Alright, my dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinarily precious and rare species of plant. Our duty is to protect such species, and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purpose. It's a fucking plant. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14th, 1889. Oh yeah, of course. We can never forget 614. So I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The document were sent to you on Monday. See you in Boodle. What the fuck is Boodles? On Tuesday, as always, Montague Dunn. This guy's a twat. Fuck him. Mr. Dunn, we must ask you for the last time. For the last time! Exclamation point. For the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right... Are they really calling the fucking plants sisters? Are you... It's a goddamn plant. Alright, sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry. You do not have any right to hold them imprisoned. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You're hiding lies. Or hiding behind lies, I should say. The lie we need not elaborate that was reported in the press as the case of June 14th, 1889. Don't forget 614. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. I don't know who the fuck the Divine Syndicate are exactly, but I'm just going out there by saying this, but I think that they stole the plants. A member of the Divine Syndicate pressed a complaint against Kew Gardens and mentioned an old case that had been published in the newspaper. So I'm gonna have to look that up. Jesus Christ,
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Sorry. Debt of Miss Margaret White to Mr. Montague Dunn. Rental of a suite of rooms at Oxford Street. An educational scholarship at the London University. Credits opened at Hamilton, Radigan House Tailors, and at Baird & Sons Luxury Jewelers. Alright, so... I'm guessing this guy, Montague Dunn, was like Miss White's sugar daddy or something. She would kind of, you know, just suck his dick under this desk here and he'd give her like $50. Excuse me, $200 because she's a classy whore.
French wine.
That's not that much.
A remarkable vintage.
That's really not that much at all. Like, a classy whore probably would get like $2,000 or something like that. I'm not very well versed in prostitution, excuse me.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
No, I stick to raping women. Okay, director's desk.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
New plant species. The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. Okay. What, do I need to examine this gay top hat? Like, what the fuck else is there? I'm not seeing anything else. What do you want from me? Oh, here we are. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate our position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in the world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom, and wish you nothing but good luck, Montague Dunn. So they had a little bit of a breakup. How sad. Is there anything else in this place? I think I've cleaned it out. Unless I'm missing something. Doesn't look like it, though. Alright, let's go to conclusions, or deductions, whatever. Albert's ambition after the death of his father, blah, blah, blah. White's expulsion, and White and Dunn. Yep. Alright, so disagreement. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens before she died. There's our other motive. So we have a motive for all three people working at the garden currently. The one I believe that did it the least would have to be the son, purely because, A, he's crying, so either he is just a great actor, or he is, you know, actually grieving. I don't know, but he just seems kind of, not wimpy, but just very passive, you know? He just doesn't seem like a mean person, or an evil person. So unless he's doing a great acting job, I think that he is who he appears to be.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Oh, shit. Watson just took a jab. You're fired, Watson.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
That right there was telling. It didn't really give off any clues or anything, but that one was telling. That bumps up Hamish big time on my suspect list.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Okay. See, is there... Okay, here, what's this?
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
I'm gonna get everything before I go into the detective mode, or whatever the fuck it is in this game. I don't remember. The fuck?
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
This looks like the guy from Silent Hill Downpour.
Gloves. Waterproof aprons. Everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Yes. We've already confirmed this, Watson. Were you not paying attention?
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Okay, so somebody was wearing a suit for, or a protective suit for some reason. Alright, what else do we have? Ooh. So somebody was drinking?
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
Auxiliary.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Because fuck you, Watson. That's why. I'm being really mean to Watson. Jesus.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
That's typically something you do with bottles when you're drinking out of them.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Okay.
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby! We need the dog. Alright, Christ on a... I don't know how to end that sentence. A stick. On a cross. Christ on a cross. That's a good one. Not really. Alright, use Toby to track, blah, blah, blah. Okay, is there anything else in this room? I think I've taken care of this room as well. What's in this door?
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Yeah. Fuck him. And his dad. Glad he's dead. Jeez, that was mean. Alright, cool. What the fuck is that? The fuck is that? What are these symbols? Ugh, God. Alright, excuse me. I don't like these symbols. Make the symbols go away. Is there anything? Alright, hold on a sec. Let's match that up. Okay, there you go. I think that one's a very important part of this. Hold on. What am I missing here? Oh, I can move this shit. I didn't realize. Alright, well that's actually pretty handy. Alright, don't fuck with that. Ooh. Ooh, that's important. Oh, got it. Well, I'm a genius. Miss White's locker.
Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
She is a stupid hat.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
What's in this bitch? There's a letter. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money? After all these years that have passed since you left, and without any thought of us, you have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now? We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromised their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you that make us feel ashamed, your parents. Wow, that's fucking harsh. But yeah, she seems to be in need of money quite frequently.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Alright, so I kind of read this ass backwards, but whatever. Dear Mother and Father, I'm writing this letter with reluctance to ask you for help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage them in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? Margaret. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant, Albert. Jesus Christ, buddy, you're thirsty. All right, Martin Hamish, okay.
Martin Hamish's locker. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
You just know this guy beats off to the idea of dandelions.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Like, it's just fucking creepy.
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Okay, I guess it's just a letter left. Right, 1 second. Okay. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens oblige me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? That's a little bit of a jab. I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead and free my mind from this uncertainty.
Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
Interesting.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Oh, that's too bad. Royal Naval School of NCOs, Recruitment Center, London. Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Naval School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust you to the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. You want to fuck that guy. Fuck him in the face. That is a shit thing to do to your kid. That is fucked up. Wow. That is just fucked up. Ooh.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Albert gets the bitches. Alright, let's look at our deductions. Okay, so let's see. White studies. Miss White's no? No? Really? Alright. I don't think that any of these can come to a conclude. Well, hold on a sec. 1 second. White and Dunn. Doubt it. No, okay. Never mind. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her I just read that, didn't I? White situation. Margaret White's studies and social situation were completely dependent on Montague Dunn's wealth. Alright. That's all we got at the moment. After all that fucking reading, that's all I have. Jesus. Right, who do we go to next? Meet Miss Margaret White. Use Toby to track the strange scent. Find out who killed. Let's go ahead and talk to Miss Margaret White. Said the seed house is across from the glass house, which is over that way, I believe. So, well, let's read this. Let's read this title first. What does it say? Nursery. That's not the way to go. Ooh, who's that bitch?
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Dude, you saw her for a split second. Just fucking.
There is a smell of burning.
Put it in your waistband. Ooh. It smells like burning evidence. Let's go check it out. Okay, let's... Gas mask.
A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Okay, so that's a thing. Door handle.
Door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. The remains of a picture frame. This symbol is from the Divine Syndicate.
Okay. Should probably talk to Miss Margaret White up next. I gotta check out this place over here first, though. So, I'm guessing... What's this? That's... Yeah, okay, that's the seed house. So that is where I need to go next for Miss White, but we'll check out this room, or this little area first. What do we have here? Nothing there. Oh, what's this?
A water tank.
Nice textures.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Alright, that's really fucking interesting. Okay, that's an object of interest, so I'll return to that later. Let's get to the seed house.
Open.
Did you just command the doors to open? I figured you'd just use your hands, but if they do that on their own... Watson, you're wasting your time with this shit. You're a fucking psychic. You're magical. Oh, what the fuck that does. Alright, you give me a second, lady.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Interesting. Alright.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
Okay. I'm going to look around this room real quick. Then I'm going to go in there, which I think would be actually the nursery. And then I'll come back over here and I will talk to Miss White. No, okay, nursery's right here.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
It's very interesting. God damn it. I fucking... for some reason, there's like an invisible wall sometimes that doesn't allow me to go through. Ooh.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
And, okay.
I am curious if the marble that we found will fit this place.
Really?
Here it is.
The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Alright. Jesus Christ, this place is huge. Alright, we have another desk here. Check that out in a second. Just want to make sure there's nothing else. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's open this door. Is there any other... No, that's it. Okay, so I'll just take a look at this desk. Then I'll talk to Miss White.
A glasses case. It is empty. A thesis, written by Martin Hamish. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
This isn't exactly damning evidence right here, but it does draw it even closer to me thinking that Hamish is the culprit. I don't know what this whole thing with the Divine Syndicate is exactly, but, I mean, I think that they stole the plants, but that's completely unrelated to Martin Hamish and his involvement in killing, or potential involvement in killing, Montague Dunn. Alright, let's talk to you, lady.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too.
Nice
But-
eyebrows.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Expensive perfume. That doesn't seem like an essential. She's malnutrition? Where is your other thing? I feel like that should be something. I don't know, that looks like it stands out. Alright, whatever. Belt. Oh, okay. So she's single.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Yes, obvious. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Hamish and Albert real quick. And then we will go ahead and go back to Baker Street, pick up Toby, and examine some archive stuff. Come back here and go from there. First things first, let's talk to Hamish again.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the colonial collection room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Why would you lie about that? I don't understand. Whatever.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Alright, next comes Albert. You crying? No? Okay.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Bullshit. This one I can understand a little bit more in essence of potentially him trying to hide a motive for killing his own father, I guess. But even then, it's still kind of far-fetched as to why he would lie about this, but whatever.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say.
Thanks for sucking my dick.
Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man.
Okay, let's get our conclusions out. What do we have now? New director, Hamish's anger, Albert's ambition. Yeah, okay, thought so. Albert's motive. He had a motive to kill his father, Montague Dunn, who had thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Royal Navy. By killing his father, Albert could have his revenge and eventually succeed in his father's place as the director of Kew Gardens. Or he could just now do the whole thing with the Navy if he wanted, but whatever. New director, Hamish's anger? Thought so. Martin Hamish had a motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had taken the credit for all of their work. Hamish wished to take over the directorship of Kew Gardens, but he knew that would not be possible with Dunn still alive. See, that's a pretty strong motive in itself, and that's all I got for now. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, first of all, I should probably go and say one thing, is that, like, this case is opening my eyes to a few glaring issues regarding this game. I don't know. I'm not gonna go too. I don't want to go too much over them, just because I've said a lot about them in passing throughout the playthrough of this case so far. But yeah, I don't know. They're not major issues, but there are things that kind of bug me a little bit. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, what's this? Symbol on a broken pot. So yeah, we got a lot of things. Oh, we should probably read this. Miss Margaret White is a beautiful young lady who appears moderately wealthy. Nevertheless, her hands can be seen to be marked by tiny brown dots. These were caused by pellagra, a condition that emerges after a prolonged period of malnutrition. They reveal that her childhood was poor and was a poor and unhappy one. However, the signs of wealth that we see now clearly indicate a significant change in her lifestyle. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back to Baker Street, and we're going to pick up Toby.